Hello? Hello? Okay, cool. So, I'm actually going live because someone specifically asked me to do a walkthrough and show them how I edit. So, I'm waiting for them to join and then we'll get started. Okay, cool. You can see in here. Okay, I'm back. So, this will just be a quick little stream. Well, compared to my other ones, I guess. Just gonna go through and kind of break down how I do what I do, I guess. This is a recent video. I just finished it. Oh, let me turn this screen off. Sorry about that. Yeah, this is a recent video I just finished, but this is what it looks like when I'm editing. I use a software called Premiere Pro. It looks a little intimidating at first just because there's so much going on the screen, but once you figure out what does what, it actually becomes super user-friendly. It's really easy. I guess I'll start with just breaking down what each section on Premiere actually does. The most important one is this bottom one here. This is called the timeline. So this is what we edit on. Each one of these little boxes represents a different clip or segment, and it's kind of like a big puzzle. You just put them together in, the way they're supposed to go. At least for me, I see a finished timeline mentally, and I just work until it gets put together in the way that I'm envisioning in my head. Like I said, every clip is, or every little box is a different clip or segment. You can zoom in here and see that they're also labeled too. You can also label them with different colors and stuff just so you can keep yourself organized. Everything on the top here is all visual, and everything on the bottom is audio. As you can tell, that this video is heavy on the visual, but not so much on the audio. This is a music visualizer, so all there is the music and then my tags. I have some other videos that are more complex in the audio than they are in the visual. Just depends on the video you're making. This is the toolbar over here. You have some basic tools like select, track select for it. You don't really use a whole bunch of these very often. The ones I use most obviously are selection, like text. They have the razor tool, which you can use to like splice the or cut clips and stuff. But I just use the commands for that. It's Command K to cut stuff up like that. But yeah, we'll move on from that. Up here, we have, this is just the clips that are down here. This is the project file, so everything that you've used in the video shows up here. And then I also have the effects panel. In the effects panel, they have a lot of already downloaded effects in Premiere. You just go through and sort by category. Let's say I'm looking for like a visual transition. I can go to transitions, and then you have all these different options in here. Let's say I want to do this dip to white. You just drag it on between a clip like that, and then you can go through and actually edit it. But I'm gonna pick a different one that'll be easier to edit. We'll go just like noise or something. So noise is like a grain effect. You just grab it, drop it on a clip, or you can drop it. You can drop it on any clip you want. Let's just drop it here for now. And essentially what you can do is now go to your effects controls panel, which is this big middle one. And this is how you edit your effects. This one's a really simple effect. All you really do is just play with the value. You can also use these little clocks, toggle animation. This is how you make keyframes. So let's say at the very beginning of this clip, I want there to be no noise, so 0%. I click the little clock, and now we have this keyframe here. And then at the end of the clip, let's say I want it to jump up to 10. And now we have another keyframe right here. And basically now we can see that throughout the clip, this percentage value changes. But that is how the effects are used, essentially. You can also do keyframes and stuff with motion, so you can change the scale, the position, the rotation, the opacity, any other effect you choose. This is where you play with the effects. So essentially you're building it in the timeline and you're adjusting the effects in the effects controls. This section right here is the audio track mixer. So this is where we apply effects to our audio. As I said before, the audio in this video is super simple, so there's not a lot of effects. I have just 2 reverb effects. This is my favorite one. It's called Lost in Space. Then you can play with the values in here and whatnot. There's also, each bar on here is correlating to a track on the audio. So this is audio track 1. So we go to audio track 1 on the audio track mixer, and that's this right here. And as we can see, there's no effects, and that's because it's the music. And then we have the tags in audio track 2, so that's why there's some reverb on the tags. And then there's also at the very end, there is the mix, which any effects you apply to the mix get applied to all the audio tracks. And then you can adjust the values and whatnot in here too. You can also right click on them to change the audio gain. You can see this one's already set to -2 just to make it a little bit quieter. Yeah, but that's that one. How did you get the Lost in Space? Your own presets too, or like, I mean, not your own, but you can find presets online and download them. It's super easy. Most presets, like you just look up, let's say I wanted this Lost in Space preset, excuse me, but it's not in Premiere. I could just look up like spacey reverb effect or, extended reverb effect or something like that to that effect on Google. And for Premiere, so it's like spacey reverb for Premiere on Google, and something like that will come up. Or if there's like a specific transition or a specific effect you have in mind that's not like a stock preset on Adobe, you just look it up, and they're usually really easy to install. Like it'll come as a file, and then there's usually like an install button you click, and then it just automatically gets added to Premiere. But this one specifically is just its own default effect in Premiere itself, and it just adds reverb. And that's like that is literally, I know the other day you were asking about how or what presets I use and overlays and stuff. This is literally the only default preset in this video specifically that I used. Everything else, for the most part, I usually do on my own, and that just takes time. And I'll walk you through that in just a second here. I'll explain this last little tab over here, and then I'll walk through that. This is the monitor, so this is where we watch what we're doing. And then this one is Lumetri color, so this is where I do my color grading. Let's see, let's pull up a clip that's got some color grading on it, like this maybe. This is what it looks like. So you can play with these values in here. You can change the shadow and highlight. And you can also play with the curves for specific colors. You can change hues and saturations. Like basically you can make a video look however you want it with color grading. Usually that's what I do last, or close to last. I'll put everything together and then I'll go through and color grade it at the end. And it's just really up to you. Some people will color grade their entire video with one overlay. I've only really done that once. Usually I go through and I color grade every one of these boxes separately. Like I go through and I click on the box, and then I go through and I play with my effects and whatnot and color grade them. But I do have a video where you can use this, which is called an adjustment layer. You can see that right here, adjustment layer. An adjustment layer is any effect that you apply to the adjustment layer gets applied to any clips below. So what I have done in the past for that one video I was mentioning is just put an adjustment layer over the top of everything, and then add the Lumetri color effect to the adjustment layer, and then the entire video gets color graded to that one effect. But like I said, I like to do them all individually just because, that's how I like to do it. I think if you give every clip its own time and attention, and make each clip the best it can be, it ends up making the whole video the best it can be. Obviously, that takes a lot more time, but the more time you invest in a project, the better the outcome is going to be. But that's the Premiere breakdown of what does what and why there's so many tabs open. But I will get into this video now, I guess. So this is a video I just made recently. It's a music visualizer for a song called Teslas and Rovers by Yeet. It's short, it's only 17 seconds, but as you can see, the timeline is super complex. Oh, hey, Leisure. It's been a minute. I also haven't streamed in a minute, too, so I'm trying to get back into streaming 2024. I'm actually streaming right now because someone specifically had some questions on how I do what I do, so we're just breaking it down. So I don't know how long you've been in the chat, but I've kind of been going over information you already know, but now we're going to get into breaking down this video specifically. So in terms of overlays, like I was being asked about in the comments on TikTok, for overlays, I don't really do overlays. I'll animate like transitions, or I'll animate different effects happen in the videos. What I'm assuming you're talking about is when I have like this, where I have like these static effects over the top, or I have like these like glitching transitions, or I have like this where it's like these VHS like degradation effects. Those I do like, I would say like semi-manually. So like for instance, we have like this shot where where the transition is this static. This one is really simple. What it is it's, I have here, let me isolate the clip. I'm just gonna copy it and I'm gonna paste it over here so you can see what the clip looks like by itself. But this is a static. So what I did for this one is I just looked up like TV static on YouTube, or you can go on like Adobe Stock or any stock website and look up these kind of things. And yeah, this one's like just a TV static effect. This is what it looks. Whoops, my bad. That's what it looks like. It's just a static overlay, and then you can change the mixing. So the mixing on this one specifically is vivid light. So if we go back over to where this is in the actual video, right here, basically what